Welcome to the North Carolina Aquarium. This is Loggerhead Road. Look for the Fort Fisher State Recreation Area sign. You're basically going to take a left after the fort to get onto this road. And you will come around the corner and wham, there is the aquarium. Basically right in front of you. The North Carolina Fort Fisher Aquarium is extremely popular and has a lot of really nice exhibits for sea turtles. They do a lot of things for children, kind of in the what I call behind the scenes. Check their calendar, and they'll give you a kind of a little 1, 2, 3 about some of the programs they offer for kids. And of course, it's always a fun place to go to, whether you're on vacation or whether you live in North Carolina. So these little aqua signs you'll see everywhere in North Carolina for the aquariums. They always offer plenty of parking, and they do a bunch of camps, things like that. But this is the entrance of the Fort Fisher Aquarium, and that way you kind of know what to expect. Just make sure you make that left-hand turn, and then you'll hit the parking lot. Here we are at the entrance of the aquarium at Fort Fisher. It's a really busy summer weekend, and we're not going to be able to take a lot of video inside. This is probably going to be so loud, but this just gives you an idea of the entrance. This fountain usually is actually on. Right now it's not, but that's the entrance of some of the donators to the aquarium. And here's your main entrance. There's windows on the left and the right, and then when once you go in, it'll show you you go into the area where the reptiles are. Here's the entrance. There's the big alligator, and then you walk into the freshwater area with the striped bass, the albino alligator down in there. And there's turtles. Section of the Carolina Bay. There's usually quail running around here. You can hear it going bob white. There's some brim, and it's got snakes, and of course the big alligator. Here's some of the fish swimming around in the big tank. There's a triggerfish. There's a couple tarpon. There's a little hammerhead. There's a gigantic eel in here, moray eel somewhere. A couple stingrays. Grouper. Down there.
You see it? Yeah. Right there and there.
The marine building. This is where the touch tank. Here are the clownfish at the Fort Fisher Aquarium. These are one of the kids' more popular attractions. Here's the depiction of the bay. A bunch of fish swimming around, and it connects into the touch tank. And then it goes into the main section of the aquarium. This is where the seahorses are. There they are. This opens up into all the different tanks on the top. You're on the second floor. And then goes into the main large tank. Once you're downstairs, there's different depictions. This is the new exhibit, the Megalodon jaws. That right there.
However, divers are lucky.
And this is a new interactive display that they have to find the octopuses, octopus, crabs, jellyfish. They're all in here. Into the main tank on the first. Here's the part of the aquarium on the first floor where the lobsters are, the frogs, some of the jellyfish, giant lobsters. Here's the big boy right here. And then you have the aquarium with the clownfish and the lionfish as well. When you exit the aquarium, there's a place to eat, sit outside. And then they do have wetlands, gardens, water pond, excuse me. And this is how you exit the aquarium. It's a really cool way to exit an aquarium. You don't just get dumped into a parking lot. And you can kind of see the backside. That's the reptiles. That's where the snakes and the quail and the alligator, etc. are. Really cool mural. And then you just basically walk through this wetland area. And they've done a really good job of, you feel like you're in the woods. Got a little pond here. I have seen a snake slithering through this before. That was obviously very wild. A couple little markers of some wild plants, some Venus flytraps. Nice little waterfall over there. Talks about some of the hurricane storm surge here. Some of the areas. Floyd was one of the big bad boys here, and so was Fran. Here's the pond to the backside. There's always turtles out here. One in the water right here. And I have been told there are some alligators in here too. But the kids like this. And there's the parking lot. Talks a little bit about the importance of the wetlands here. The cypress trees, some of the North Carolina birds, and then the gardens are all marked here with what everything is. Like, for example, this is a flowering tobacco plant. Actually, on our YouTube channel, there's a what is a tobacco plant? Check that out too. And here's your exit. So here's your exit to the parking lot of the North Carolina FlipShare Aquarium.